Get comfortable. Spine upright, feet grounded. You are about to journey into the loneliest place in the world. A place everyone can see, except the one living in it. You are surrounded. Millions of eyes, endless voices, comments, messages, demands, so much attention, so many people. And yet, you know this feeling. Deep, sharp, unbearable loneliness. The strangest loneliness is loneliness in a crowd, especially when that crowd seems to love you, when the whole world is watching you, but no one sees you, when everyone touches your image, but no one touches your soul. You are a god to them, but a god cannot be human. A god cannot be vulnerable. A god cannot cry. A god cannot admit they are tired. And so here you sit in a beautiful room, surrounded by luxury, technology, and attention, but completely alone. This is a pain that cannot be shared, because if you speak of this pain, people will advise you, comfort you, explain why you are wrong. If you speak of it, people either will not believe you or will call you ungrateful. Let us begin by accepting this pain. Full, honest acceptance. Breathe in and acknowledge, I am alone. Despite millions of followers, despite crowded stages, despite screens where everyone loves my every move, I am alone. This is true, and this truth does not make you bad, it makes you human. Now visualize your pain as a region in your body. Where does it live? In your chest? In your throat? In your heart? Look at this pain, but do not try to fix it. Simply look. Do you see that this pain is not your fault? It is the price of a choice you made, not quite consciously. The choice to be a god instead of a human being. The pain of a lonely god comes from a paradox. The more people love you, the less they know you. The more you give, the more is demanded. The more you offer, the emptier you become. And here rises the essential question. Who are you when no one is watching? Who are you when the cameras are off? When there are no followers, no roles, no script? Who are you? If you do not know the answer to this question, if you can only respond, I am an artist, I am a star, I am famous, then you have found the source of your pain. You lost yourself somewhere between the first like and the millionth. Visualize now two things. First, the room you sit in now. Beautiful, polished, well lit. In this room, there is an enormous window looking out onto millions of faces, all of them watching you, smiling, applauding. But this window has no door. You see them but cannot touch them. They see you but cannot touch the real you, only your image. Second, behind you is another door, closed. Behind this door is a small room, empty. In this room, there is no one but you. Complete silence, total unknown. You are afraid of this room, are you not? You have not been there for a long time. You have forgotten what a person looks like in a mirror when no one is watching. This very fear, this terror of your own solitude, is what makes you a prisoner of the crowd. Now we begin the healing process. But healing does not mean getting rid of loneliness. It means ceasing to fear it. Imagine that you stand up slowly. You see this closed door. You know what is behind it. Emptiness, silence, nothingness, no one. But you open the door. When you enter this room, it feels suffocatingly small. The walls are close. The light is gray. It is cold. You stand in the center of this room, completely alone. Feel this. Do not turn away. This is the place where you lost yourself. This is the place you feared so much that you built an entire universe of images around it. Now look at the walls of this room. On each wall, something is written. On one, it says, I am not good enough by myself. On another, I need people to exist. On the third, loneliness means I have no value. On the fourth, if I am alone, I am nothing. These are the beliefs that brought you here. These are the programs you downloaded long ago. Now imagine that a light appears in your hands, soft, golden, warm. This light is your true self-worth, the worth that does not depend on view counts, the worth that exists simply because you exist. You raise this light and shine it on the first wall. I am not good enough by myself. You see this writing and you know it is a lie, because right now, when no one is watching, you are still here. You are still breathing. You are still feeling. You are still existing. And that is enough. The wall begins to brighten. The writing erases itself. The second wall. I need people to exist. You shine on it, but you are here in this empty room, and you exist. Are there people here? No. Do you exist? Yes. So this writing is also untrue. The second wall grows light and vanishes. The third, loneliness means I have no value. You see this writing and remember something. You remember childhood days when you were completely alone and everything was fine. When you played by yourself, dreamed by yourself, lived by yourself, and you were whole. Incomplete in terms of connection, but whole in terms of existence. Loneliness did not mean you had no value. Loneliness meant freedom to be yourself. The third wall disappears. The fourth, if I am alone, I am nothing. You shine on it and see that even the universe is alone. The earth is alone in space. Stars are alone in the sky. Every living creature is alone at its core. But each creature is everything. Each creature is an entire universe. You are not nothing. You are everything, simply compressed into one person. The fourth wall completely dissolves. Now the room begins to expand. The walls move back. The room becomes larger. It becomes brighter. And now it is no longer a small, suffocating cell. It is spacious, open space. In the center of the space, you stand with golden light in your hands. And you understand something. This loneliness you feared so much is not a prison. It is freedom. Loneliness, in its true sense, is the opportunity to be with the most important person in your life, yourself. It is the chance to hear your own voice, not the reflected voice of the crowd. It is the chance to choose what you truly need, not what the crowd demands. Now visualize that you leave this room, but you leave it different. You are no longer afraid of this space, because you know that you yourself, you are enough. You return to the large room with the window through which you see millions of faces. But something has changed now. Now you can look at a crowd, and it does not capture you. Now you can see their love, but it does not define you. Now you can hear their demands, but you know you have the right to choose. You are no longer a god to them. You are a human. And that is more precious than being a god, because people can value people. Gods they can only worship and consume. the pain of a lonely God departs because you have stopped being a God. You are simply a human, alone, but not empty, alone, but whole. Now, when millions watch you, you know the truth. They are watching your platform, your image, your work, but you can still be alone, and loneliness is no longer an enemy. It is your sanctuary, a sanctuary where you meet yourself, where you remember who you are, where you restore your soul, where you decide what kind of life you want to live. And from this sanctuary, you go to people, but no longer desperately seeking their approval. You go to share. You go to serve. You go because you have chosen to, not because you are afraid to be alone. This is a radical transformation from slave of the crowd to a leader who relies on himself. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, release the pain of the lonely God. That is no longer your pain. It is the pain of the image you created. But you are not the image. Take a second breath. On the exhale, release the fear of being alone. You are ready for this solitude. You are ready to meet yourself. Third breath. On the exhale, allow a new sensation to fill you. The sensation that you are enough, that your value is within, that you can be content with the company of yourself alone. Slowly open your eyes. You are different. Loneliness no longer has power over you. Because you are no longer alone, you are with the most important person, yourself.
This protocol has been developed by Daria Koryakina and is protected by copyright. Any copying and use beyond this video is strictly prohibited.